But it comes a point where we gotta understand that sometimes laziness or our lack of action isn't necessarily just because we don't want something bad enough. A lot of us are stuck in a position where we don't actually believe that things can change for us and for the world around us. And that is an actual problem, because the truth is everything will change. It might become better, it might become worse, but everything will change, right? Day to day, moment to moment, things always progress. We live in a world where everything is always in motion. And so the belief itself has to be false, and so we have to call ourselves out on things like that. We have to call ourselves out on the idea that I'm living in a mind state, in a perspective which is not true. And if it's not true, then it's holding you back. And if it's holding you back, you become less of yourself. And if you become less of yourself, you cannot actually be of service or a source of inspiration or be everything you could be to everybody else around you. And so if you feel like this is something which you might be susceptible of, then what I encourage you to do is to actually sit and write down the patterns which you notice about yourself, to sit there and to think, well, how come I always end up in this perspective, or I still feel like this about myself, or I still feel like this about life, but yet I want other things, right? And I seem to put the efforts, I seem to do this, that, the other, but I can't seem to actually move past this point of view, this perspective, or this barrier. Well, then what seems to be the thing? Because for sure there must have been even opportunities that I was faced with, but I wasn't able to pursue, and I wasn't able to capitalize on, and I wasn't able to take advantage of. How come? What else would be the cause other than the fact that I don't actually believe that I could do this or that or the other? And so the fact of actually being aware of, for once, and then the second step to be able to write it down, which is essentially to call ourselves out on it, will allow us to actually lose this belief. And to lose this belief is actually one of the things about life which is worth losing. Because if you understand that everything will change, then you have to be able to let go of certain things, or actually to let go of everything, pretty much. Because the problem isn't actually to lose, is to know pretty much what is the real test, and what is actually worth losing, and what is actually worth winning. So yeah, that's what I learned about laziness.